How's it going, guys? It's Ryan, back with another video, and I'm going to talk about a topic of a podcast. There are people out there that have podcasts, and there's people that have successful ones. There's a lot of wrestlers these days have podcasts. Something like that, I've always wanted to do it ever since I was 15, probably about 5, 6, 7 years ago. I've always wanted to do wrestling podcasts. Everyone has different ideas. And I'm making this video because if there's anyone out there, wrestling fans, want to collaborate. People do podcasts. It's always going to be a thing. Everyone has different opinions on things. So it'd be great to hear everyone else's opinion on certain topics that are going on in the wrestling world through TNA, New Japan, WWE, Ring of Honor, Indies. Talk about anything. People have different opinions here in the wrestling world. And I've always wanted to do something like that. And this video is going to be talking about doing a podcast in the future. I would love to do something like that. And it would be awesome, for myself or anyone in general. I don't watch podcasts. I don't listen to them. You don't watch podcasts, you listen to them. Jericho did some good podcasts. But there's always people out there that are going to listen to certain podcasts. You can only listen to so many podcasts. Eric Bischoff has a podcast, Ryback, Edge and Christian, Stone Cold, just to name a few. But people out there have podcasts, and I feel like that's what people do, and it's a fun thing to do, honestly. Who cares if no one watches it? It's something just to talk about. Sit down with a couple wrestling people. Not wrestling people that love wrestling, and just talk about one thing. It's always a good topic. But what I'll be posting on my channel, reviews, wrestling figures. I will be talking about wrestling topics as well, as there's a lot to talk about. And one thing I will talk about in this video, aside from the podcast, is the cruiserweight. Once again, the cruiserweight division needs to be talked about. Before I get onto that, but the podcast, if anyone that comes across this video, it wants to collab, I really want to collab with somebody, do a podcast. It won't be on my channel. I don't want podcasts on my channel. If there's another small YouTuber, understand I'm a small YouTuber. I'm very, very small. I don't expect to go anywhere, but whatever happens. It's going to happen on its own. I love doing these. It makes me happy that people watch my video, or they thumbs up on it, or they comment on it. It's whatever. I'm not here for the long run. I'm here just for whatever. Gives me something to do. Don't know a podcast name. I have a few names. I'm not gonna say those out so that they don't get trademarked or anything, because I come up with some good ideas. But on to the cruiserweight division. The cruiserweight tournament, the first round just concluded. My opinion on it: everyone in it is good. Buddy Murphy, I'm not sure if he actually weighs 200 pounds. That's where WWE is going to be going wrong, bringing in guys like Buddy Murphy. That's pushing it right there for the cruiserweight division. It's 205 Live. The cruiserweight division used to be, I thought, 215, 225, or 215. That was the cruiserweight division. The guys like Matt Hardy was in the cruiserweight division. Who else was in the cruiserweight division? That was... there was someone else I thought was in the cruiserweight division that was actually, not Shannon Moore. Was Matt Hardy was... It's just weird. But WWE, I guess they have some good people. Mustafa Ali, Buddy Murphy, TJP, Cedric Alexander. It sucks that it's going to be TJP and Cedric Alexander in the second round. I really hope they would make it to the finals. Those two would be facing up in the finals. My pick to win would be TJP. TJP is one of those guys that knows what he's doing in the ring. He's a great wrestler. They need to make the cruiserweight better. Get all these guys wrestling on the show. Make it an hour-long show. Who cares if no one watches it? There's going to be people that watch it. Make it an hour-long show. Get these guys wrestling. There's a lot of cruiserweights that don't get used, and it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. Get these guys like Kalisto and Grand Metalik and get some tag teams on there. There's one more, Grandmaster Elite, Kalisto, and someone else. I forgot his name because I don't ever see him. Those guys could be a new faction, the Mass Luchadors or whatever. Or get Sin Cara, Sin Cara. That'd be an amazing faction. Just a bunch of mass wrestlers and they beat down everybody. Get this cruiserweight division needs to be something like it used to be. It used to be amazing. The X division in TNA, they used to be way better. The X division in TNA, those used to be the guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels. Samoa Joe is part of the X division, and he wasn't even the weight requirement. But it's gonna be guys like the cruiserweight division that are be making the good matches. But lately, it's been the tag team division for years. It's been the tag team division bringing up the fire. But it should be the cruiserweight division as they're gonna be doing these high flying stuff. What I feel like they should do in the future, they need to have a ladder match for the cruiserweight title and getting guys like TJP, Cedric Alexander. It sucks they just lost Neville, Enzo, and Rich Swann, all back-to-back 3 great cruiserweights. It really sucks that they lost all 3 of them, but it is what it is. They don't have the Brian Kendrick. Sucks they don't have all these cruiserweights. That's probably why they're not using them. Akira Tozawa is another one. They got some potential. These guys have potential. The cruiserweight division, they just need to get used right, and WWE doesn't like using people right. That's my opinion on the whole thing. It is what it is around here. But that's gonna be my opinion on the cruiserweight division. Also the podcast thing. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I'll see you next time. Hopefully Friday. Peace.